You will never be rich as long as you can be found. It's brutal, but it's the truth. No one dares to say to your face. As long as your name circulates everywhere, as long as people know what you're doing, where you are, who you're with, and what you're planning to achieve, you're just a pawn in someone else's game. A visible pawn, predictable, fragile. Machiavelli understood this before anyone else. The one who can be reached is the one who can be destroyed. The one who can be read is the one who can be manipulated. The one who can be found is the one who can be used. And as long as you live like someone who is traceable, you remain poor, controlled, and dominated. Because wealth does not begin with money. It begins with invisibility. Money is only the consequence. The shadow is the strategy. You were never taught this. You were taught to show yourself. You were taught to prove. You were taught to display your life, to shout your ambitions, to declare what you're going to do, and to show your results often before you've even achieved them. You were trained to be visible, but in the real world, in the world of the powerful, visibility is a weakness. Every time you expose yourself, you give clues, you give weapons, you give access, you give entry points to those who want to slow you down, distract you, envy you, sabotage you. You become a target before you even become a threat. Look around. You think people are listening when you speak about your plans. You think they support you when you describe your goals. You think they respect your motivation when you display it publicly. But in reality, they're calculating, they're comparing, they're jealous, they're waiting for a misstep. Because most people would rather see you fail than succeed before them. They'll never say it. They'll smile, congratulate you, wish you good luck. But deep down, they hope you stay exactly where you are, broke, visible, easy to read, easy to contain. This is one of the dirtiest laws of human psychology. People are fine with you evolving, as long as you don't evolve too fast, too far, or too high. They want your progress, as long as it doesn't surpass theirs, and you give them everything. Your ideas, your objectives, your plans, your methods. You talk too much, explain too much, reveal too much, you exist too much, you make yourself too findable. And with that single behavior, you condemn yourself to permanent mediocrity. Machiavelli would have sliced through this illusion without hesitation. An ambitious man should never allow others to read his hand. His intentions must remain unclear. His path must be invisible. His next move must be unpredictable. Not out of malice, but out of self-preservation. Not to destroy others, but to prevent others from destroying him. That's real strategy. You want to be rich. Then your first rule is this: become a social ghost. A ghost doesn't complain. A ghost doesn't justify. A ghost doesn't seek approval. A ghost doesn't waste time convincing. A ghost vanishes from useless conversations, from drama, from distractions. A ghost acts, and while you're acting, no one knows what you're building. No one sees the sacrifices. No one can analyze your progress. No one can predict your victory. As long as people can find you, they can stop you. It's that simple. You say you want to be wealthy, but you give everyone access to you. You respond to every message. You explain your days. You share your dreams. You talk to people who have no ambition. You reply to critics. You chase validation. You want to exist in the eyes of others. That is the heaviest prison that exists, being dependent on being seen. But the truth is, you don't need others to see you to succeed. You don't even need them to understand you. You only need to be unreadable. The rich are not the ones everyone watches. They're the ones who control what everyone watches. You want to be one of them, then disappear from the radar. Become someone whose plans are unknown, but whose rise is undeniable. In the world of the powerful, it's never the loud who pull the strings. It's never the flamboyant, the talkative, the boastful. Those are always the pawns, the executors. The ones who make noise never lead. They are led, because a loud man is a man who seeks attention, and if you're seeking attention, you've already lost the understanding of how real wealth works. Machiavelli would say something even more disturbing. A visible man is a manipulable man. And manipulation doesn't begin with lies. It begins with information. Those who know your habits, your weaknesses, your desires, your goals, your routines, your past, they can pull your strings like a puppet. They don't need to be smarter than you. They just need to know where to press. You think you control your life, but as long as others know everything about you, they control your environment. The enemy of an ambitious man is never his lack of money. It's his overexposure. It's his transparency. It's his naivete in believing people won't use what they know against him. You will never be rich as long as you're readable, reachable, predictable, emotionally accessible. You want the truth. Wealth loves silence. It loves the shadows. It loves discretion. It favors those who work in secret, who are never seen coming, but whose presence is undeniable. Those who move quietly but build relentlessly. The rich don't talk. They don't even whisper. They let results speak. You, on the other hand, I want to talk about results before they exist. You want to be recognized for a victory you haven't even achieved. That's why you're stuck. That's why you're stagnant. That's why you're living the same year over and over. Not because you're stupid, not because you're incapable, but because you expose yourself too early. You expose yourself too loudly. You expose yourself too easily. You expose yourself for nothing. And while you expose yourself, the truly dangerous ones stay hidden. They observe. They wait. They calculate. The powerful never show themselves until the moment they've already won. You must understand something fundamental. If you can be found, you can be targeted. If you can be targeted, you can be slowed. If you can be slowed, you can be drained. And if you can be drained, you can be stopped. People don't even need to destroy you completely to hold you back. They just need to distract you, frustrate you, discourage you, make you doubt. A few words, a few criticisms, a few jokes, these are enough to kill a dream before it's even real. You can't afford that. Wealth is not a visible sprint. It's a silent war. A war where your only weapons are control, anonymity, discipline, and your ability to disappear when necessary. Those who win are the ones no one saw coming. The ones no one ever talked about. The ones who, while others were talking, were working in the dark. And when they emerge, it's too late. They've already taken their place. You want to be rich, then become impossible to follow, impossible to analyze, impossible to understand. Become a living frustration to those who thought they had you figured out. Let your old self vanish. Cut off the habits that expose you. Cut off the conversations that drain you. Cut off the relationships that dilute your focus. Cut off the noise that feeds you nothing. Cut off access to yourself. This isn't about being cold. It's about being strategic. It's not about being mean. It's about being focused. It's not about being distant. It's about being dangerous. Machiavelli would have told you a prince must never reveal his intentions, for it is their obscurity that grants him power. If you want to become a modern-day prince, adopt the same rule. Say nothing, show nothing, confirm nothing. Let others talk. Let others guess. Let others imagine. Remember, people don't envy what you do. They envy what they think you're about to become. And that's exactly why you must become unfindable. If people can anticipate your success, they will do everything in their power to prevent it. But if they can't read you, they can't block what they don't see coming. Machiavelli said men fear more what they cannot see than what they do. If you become invisible, you become unpredictable. And if you become unpredictable, you become dangerous. Wealth, before it becomes a bank balance, is a status. A status earned not by broadcasting your life, but by controlling your exposure. You want people to stop underestimating you. Start by removing their access. You want their respect. Start by removing the comfort of your presence. You want them to speak of you differently, then disappear. In nature, it's never the loud animal that survives. It's the one who blends in, who waits, who strikes only when the moment is perfect. The wealthy are like silent predators. They don't run. They don't shout. They draw maps. They observe. They choose. Then they strike. You must become that. A silent predator, focused, invisible, patient, but unstoppable. Because as long as you are findable, you are controllable. And as long as you are controllable, you will remain poor. You will never reach wealth if your life reads like an open book, if your thoughts are public property, if your presence is always accessible. And now that you understand visibility is the first chain that binds you, you must confront an even more uncomfortable truth. It's not just others making you visible. It's you. It's your need to be validated, your need to be seen, heard, recognized. You show yourself because you believe exposure creates value. But in reality, exposure kills strategy. The powerful never prove. They act, then vanish. They move in silence and let the results echo. As long as you crave attention, you're enslaved to the gaze of others. And when you live for that gaze, you stop existing for yourself. You begin to exist for them. In that very moment, you become controllable. You become poor inside long before you're poor outside. It's not financial poverty that crushes men first. It's identity poverty, the kind that convinces you that you must be seen to matter, that you must speak to be respected, that you must justify to be accepted. Machiavelli would have laughed at this modern illusion. He would say, "He who exposes his weakness as a need to be seen will always be ruled by he who remains in the shadows." Because the shadow isn't a retreat, it's a lever. It's a strategic territory. It's where you prepare for victory without attack. It's where you become dangerous. To become rich, you must become a problem, not a spectacle. People watch spectacles. People fear problems. As long as you're visible, you're just entertainment. People observe you, judge you, compare you, comment on you, but they never take you seriously. Yet the moment you become invisible, when you begin to act without announcing, succeed without declaring, grow without signaling, people stop talking about you lightly. They speak with suspicion, with curiosity, with respect, because they feel something is happening, but they don't know what. And what we don't understand, we instinctively respect. Visibility gives satisfaction. Invisibility gives power. It's a choice. Do you want to be applauded now, or feared later? Do you want popularity or wealth? You rarely get both. You can't crave the spotlight when that spotlight gives your enemies the weapons to strike you. You can't desire accessibility when accessibility opens the gates to envy, jealousy, and manipulation. You must choose. And if you choose wealth, then erase your footprints. Transform your presence into a mystery. Turn your movements into silence. Turn your life into an enigma. Human psychology is simple. People never attack what they can't see. They attack what threatens their comfort. What reminds them that they are stagnant while you are rising. If you don't want to be slowed, then show them nothing. Move with supernatural lightness. Leave only breadcrumbs, vague gestures, blurry answers, ambiguous signs. The more ungraspable you become, the more the world loses its power to hurt you. You want to go far. Stop saying where you're going. You want to earn big. Stop telling people how much you want to make. You want to build something great. Stop warning those who are incapable of understanding it. People don't support great ambitions, they resent them. Because great ambition forces them to confront their small comfort zones. They'll say you dream too big, want too much, try too hard. But what they'll never tell you is that they wish they had your fire, your vision, your courage. And since they don't, they'll try to extinguish yours. You must learn to protect that fire, hide your flame, conceal your path. You must become your own secret. The rich live in silence, not because they're timid, but because they're tactical. They never announce their plans, never explain their intentions, never seek applause, never share details, because they know wealth belongs not to those who talk, but to those who shift the game, not to those who announce, but to those who surprise, not to those who need validation, but to those who master themselves. The world does not respect words, it respects results, and results are never built under public eyes. They are built in the dark, with sleepless nights, with heavy silences, with invisible sacrifices, with moments of doubt no one ever sees. What people applaud is just the surface. What they never see is the pain. The wealthy accept this solitude. In fact, they seek it, because in solitude, they become unfindable. And when you are unfindable, you are unpredictable. When you are unpredictable, you are powerful. You must no longer be available to everyone. You must no longer be the easy option. You must stop replying instantly. Stop saying yes to everything. Stop offering your attention to those who offer you nothing. You must rebuild your mental space. You must shut the doors you used to leave wide open. Wealth doesn't come to those who scatter their energy. It comes to those who guard it with precision. It doesn't belong to the distracted. It belongs to the disciplined. Sometimes it demands coldness, distance, detachment. You must begin separating yourself from the world now, if you ever hope to rise above it later. You think the difficulty lies in money, but the real battle is transforming into a version of yourself that no one can reach. That's the true challenge. That's what requires courage. That's what demands inner fire. People won't message you to congratulate you for becoming less accessible. They won't applaud your new coldness. They'll misinterpret your focus as arrogance, your distance as rejection, your evolution as betrayal. Because people are addicted to the comfort of having you within reach. The moment you begin to change, they panic not because you've wronged them, but because they no longer control the image of you in their mind. And that's a good sign. It means you are evolving. It means you are becoming a problem. It means you are no longer easy to find. And the less findable you are, the more dangerous you become. People should not know where you stand. They should not know if you're winning or losing, working or resting, building or planning. They should only feel that something has changed in you. That's when true power is born, not when you shout it, but when others sense it in your silence. When you no longer need to be seen to exist, when you no longer need to speak to be heard, when you no longer need to prove to advance, when you walk a path no one understands but everyone respects. That is real strength. The invisible man, the one who cannot be read, cannot be reached, cannot be manipulated. He always ends up on top, because he builds without interruption. He improves without comparison. He advances without resistance. The rich don't flee the spotlight because they're afraid. They avoid it because they understand the value of the shadows. They know that in the dark, the greatest victories are forged. In the dark, a mind of steel is shaped. In the dark, skills are refined that no one can steal. In the dark, an empire is built that no one can stop. The shadow is not a place to hide. It is a place to become. You will never be rich as long as you crave being found, understood, approved, applauded. The world doesn't cheer for effort, it only respects outcomes. Show your results only when they are undeniable, massive, irreversible. Not before, not during, only after. Wealth is a consequence. Silence is the method. Invisibility is the strategy. Starting today, stop showing everything. Stop telling everything. Stop trying to impress. Stop explaining your path. Stop announcing your moves. Work. Build. Move forward. Let others speak while you vanish from their radar. And one day, they'll ask, how did he do it? They'll ask too late. Because by then, you'll already be gone. Already another man. Already at the top. You want to be rich? Then don't become visible. Become invisible. Don't become accessible. Become unfindable. This isn't running away. It's a silent rise. It's the path of the powerful, the only path that works in a world where the visible are attacked and the invisible reign. You will never be rich as long as you can be found. So disappear, and return only when there is nothing left they can do to stop you. Let them wonder. Let them guess. Let them be confused. Let your silence echo louder than their words. Let your absence shake them more than your presence ever could. You are no longer here to explain. You are no longer here to justify. You are no longer here to satisfy their comfort. You are here to rise. And rising doesn't happen in front of them. It happens in the quiet, in the discipline, in the withdrawal, in the sharpening of your edge when no one is watching. You must understand now people fear what they cannot predict. They respect what they cannot read. They protect themselves against what they cannot control. If you truly want to ascend, then you must become that unknown, that mystery, that silent force no one can anticipate. You must become the one who was underestimated, overlooked, ignored until suddenly. He wasn't. Until the day your results speak so loudly, no one that is question you again. This is how power is built. Not through noise, but through shadows. Not through validation, but through self-possession. Not through applause, but through undeniable outcomes. You must begin now. And once you begin, you must not stop. The road is long. It is solitary. But at the end of it stands something that most men will never taste: true freedom. The kind of freedom that can only be earned in silence, bought with discipline, and protected by invisibility. Saw disappear, not out of fear, but out of understanding, out of strategy, out of power. Let them talk. Let them speculate. Let them write their stories, while you write your legacy in silence, because only those who disappear from the crowd can one day rise above it.